Hello everyone, I'm Tyler from Tyler Talks Books, and today I'm going to do the newbie tag. So, the first question is, why did I start my channel? I started this channel because I wanted to talk with people about reading. I saw other people doing it, and I'm like, hey, that looks like it'd be really fun to do. Like, talking with other people about books, and not just the videos, but the conversations in the comments, and it seemed like a really fun thing to do. So I started doing it. The second one is, what are some fun, unique things that you can bring to Booktube? Well, I've read quite a few authors that I haven't really even seen on Booktube. I've read, Sanderson, reading Jim Butcher, Pat Rothfuss, and reading, some books that I have seen, but then, Trish Dollar, Ruth Ann Reed, a couple others, like authors I haven't really seen around, and I could talk about them. And in addition, I'm also a writer, so I do a lot of writing, so I kind of have that perspective. Plus, I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, and I haven't seen a single person talk about Star Wars books really outside of, the Reddit. So, I can talk about that, even the stuff that's not canon at the moment. I can talk about that in a different video or something. Next is, what am I excited about most for the new channel? Well, really, it's just talking about people and introducing them to new things and learning new things myself in the process. I feel like that would be really cool, and it's one of the reasons I started it in the first place. What do I love reading? There's a lot of sci-fi and fantasy. Like I mentioned the Star Wars books, but even before I was reading Star Wars books, I read other fantasy authors, whose names I can barely remember off the top of my head, but that's really good books. I could talk about it at some point maybe. And then before that, Magic Treehouse, and there's a lot of historical fiction in there, and then it transferred to sci-fi and has recently gotten into fantasy too. But they both have world building elements that I love. I love world building in general. So, yeah, side note, I also have Xenoblade Chronicles X that I got for Christmas, and I love that for the same reasons. Yeah, so what book or book series got me into reading? Well, first it was the Magic Treehouse series. I started reading that in elementary school. It is to date the most books I've read by a single author as of now. That said, I did have a reading slump prior to this past summer, because I can't remember any books I read before May. So, however, I did have a friend, Kate, actually, over at Kate Likes Books, who introduced me to Writing Excuses, podcast, which in turn introduced me to Brandon Sanderson, who I kind of recognized from the Wheel of Time series, which I hadn't read, but I had other friends who had read. And, well, let's see, I read Way of Kings back in May. A few of these I got for Christmas, but needless to say, I'm a fan. There's actually one missing from this pile. I left the first Mistborn book back on campus. So I didn't know I was going to be doing this video over winter break. But, let's see. What questions would I ask my favorite booktuber? I think it's how some of them read so many books per week. Audiobooks, I just recently actually started listening to audiobooks, and, finding them for free and stuff, and I could definitely see how that would help, listening to that a lot, but, still seems like some booktubers with, full-time jobs, or, college, which I'd argue could take up more space in a given day, still reading, doing weekly reviews and having, 4 or 5 books in each one. And I can kind of get if you were, reading, 300-page books-ish, but I guess, I don't know how long some of the books are. But yeah, basically, how do you read so many books in a week? Now, the last question is, what challenges in starting a booktube channel would be the hardest to overcome? I was gonna say posting regularly, but I can sense that, yeah, posting regularly could be a challenge, especially as I get busy during the semester. And also, like, content every week. I do have some ideas, but I don't read, like, necessarily enough to have weekly updates. So the weekly content might get a little hard. I'm thinking of doing, like, monthly ones, because I definitely read a few books per month, if it may take me a full week during this semester to get through one sizable book. I guess being into the authors of Sanderson and Rothfuss kind of just some longer books that take a little longer. But yeah, so that's me, and that's me on Booktube. So leave a like, comment, subscribe, anything. And without further ado, I will see you next time.